we're just days away from Bachelor Nation, seeing your entire journey unfold.
Yeah.
It must be crazy to be preparing to watch it all back. How are you feeling?
I am feeling everything. It's almost like identical to how when I was first announced as Bachelorette, night one, like all of those same feelings are starting to emerge back up again. Excited, but definitely a little anxious for sure.
Are you going to watch it with friends, family?
Definitely surrounding myself with my support system. I think I'll need it. But yeah, I plan on watching the first episode at least with my friends and family. So
yeah, being the Bachelorette must be such an incredible experience, getting to meet so many different kinds of guys all at once in one night.
All at once.
What qualities were you looking for in a potential partner?
Yeah,
going into this?
yeah. I definitely feel like I had like a few deal breakers, but that's like very superficial things. I think when it comes down to like my core components or like the things that I really was looking for in these qualities or characteristics of these guys, I really wanted someone that was just a secure, confident guy. So someone who's not too cocky, but also their full selves, being able to be expressive. Love a sense of humor. So I love to laugh, love to have a good time, let loose. So if you can show me that side of you, then that's really a big key. And then lastly, just someone who's compassionate. So I really am aware and look at how you treat not just me, but the people around you. So it's really going to be key, especially like when you're in a house full of guys, what really goes on behind the scenes that I'll be aware of, but also can just kind of see on those group interactions. So yeah.
Now, you mentioned deal breakers. Were there some red flags that you were looking out for? What were those?
Yeah, someone who was like giving inconsistent behavior. So like, you know, one week they were like great, and then the next week they're not great, or they're probably showing or exhibiting like, you know, other behaviors. You know, if they're a very confrontational guy, so if they're like getting into a lot of arguments in the house, like I just don't really like that. And especially how you go about resolving those conflicts are super important. So we'll see a little bit of that, but not too much.
So when you run into those moments, are you going to give them a second chance, or are you going to cut them loose right away? How did you handle
Yeah, I am a person who always, I like to like approach things like wholly and look at, you know, all sides of things. So definitely like to have conversations with whoever's involved with whatever, but especially if it's the main person, I like to sit them down. And depending on the severity of the situation, that will determine whether or not get sent packing, or if I, you know, give you another chance to see, you know, can we move past this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The Bachelorette is always known for those dramatic moments, those big twists.
Yeah.
I know you can't tell us way too much. We're excited to see what happens, but what can you tease as to big moments and dramatic storylines that unfold?
Yeah, you might see me take away someone's rose, perhaps. That's already been handed out. So buckle up for that. There's always going to be, I feel like, you know, once we get to the home stretch towards the final end of it, you know, fantasy suite weeks, that's always something that's super exciting, but usually comes with something major. So be ready for that.
Fantasy Suites was a big theme last season. What lessons did you take away from like past Bachelor and Bachelorette seasons where you wanted to like handle things right and do it drama-free?
Yeah, well, in reference to last season, definitely not make any promises that we can't keep. So to not make any promises going into that week. Yeah, definitely wanted to just give everyone, you know, a fair opportunity of continuing to explore a relationship. And so also, you know, taking in consideration like their needs and what they also need. But, you know, in reference back to former Bachelorette seasons, I think, you know, we get really fixated on the whole drama element and aspect of it all. I really hope and want my season to showcase a little bit of that. Obviously, it's great for TV, but not to lose focus and sight on what, you know, we're really here for, which is like truly to find a person and to see if that is going to be someone that's going to be compatible for me in the long run.
I love that. It's all about the connection and the
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
I heard that JoJo and Jordan visited you at one point, and JoJo said something about that there are a lot of good guys this season that you have to make some hard choices between. Were there a lot of tough decisions as it got down to it?
Oh my gosh, I think, I mean, even, you know, it started very early, night one. Like I was like already like kind of panicking with the first rose ceremony. It's difficult, you know, just meeting all of these incredible guys, but like kind of coming to the realization that, okay, they're great, but they're not great for me, or they're not going to be my person, and that's like something super hard to really take into consideration. But yeah, JoJo was right. Great group of guys, and they're all intelligent and attractive, great personalities, so it definitely makes it a lot harder on me.
Looking back through this whole journey, what did you learn most about yourself in your quest for love?
Yeah, learned a lot. I think ultimately the biggest takeaway for me is that my intuition was not ever wrong. I think, yeah, just learning to go with that the first time around was super huge, and also just like my ability to just become more decisive in my decision making and making those decisions and standing by them, not ever like wavering. I think you kind of see me do that a little bit, but you know, as it gets down to the nitty gritty, yeah, I'm standing firm on all the decisions that I made.
That's such a beautiful lesson that you know who you are.
Exactly.
You know what you want.
Yeah.
And you can't tell us too much about the ending, but were you happy with how things turned out?
I'm happy with how the season turns out.
And did you end up engaged?
I'm happy with how the season turns out. You have to watch and see.
So no ring on your finger right now?
Yeah,
just the fun one.
Just the fun, yeah.